Here are the top 5 most sadistic serial killers who have never been caught.
Number 5. The Babysitter Killer. Also known as the Oakland County Child Killer, is responsible for the murders of at least 4 children. The killer was active between 1976 and 1977 in Oakland County, Michigan. The murders took place during a 13-month period, causing panic in the southeastern part of Michigan. During this time, children was not allowed out of their houses without highly supervision. One had been strangled and sexually assaulted. The other 3 victims were all found fully clothed and in plain sight. Although law enforcement brought in many suspects for questioning, they were never able to tie anyone to the crime. The case was reopened in 2012.
Number 4. Jack the Stripper. Jack the Stripper is the nickname of a serial killer who was active in London between 1964 and 1965. The reason why his given name is so similar to that of Jack the Ripper is because their style of killing was so alike. Like Jack the Ripper, Jack the Stripper murdered prostitutes. He murdered between 6 and 8 prostitutes, then dumped their bodies into the river. Jack the Stripper's first victim was found in February 1964. She had been strangled and some of her teeth was even missing. When a second body was found around where the first victim was dumped, 57-year-old Kenneth Archambault confessed to the first 2 murders. However, police dismissed his confession when he failed to remember certain facts about the killings. And when a third body was found, a total of 3 more bodies were found that seemed to match Jack the Stripper's murders. Around this time, John DeRose, the head of the investigation, held a press conference announcing that their pool of 7,000 suspects had gone down to 20, then 10, and finally 3. After this, the killing stopped, and Jack the Stripper got away with murder. Number 3. The Atlanta Ripper. The Atlanta Ripper was active during the year of 1911 in Atlanta. The Ripper is responsible for the murders of anywhere between 15 to 21 women. The Atlanta Ripper's first victim was found on May 28, 1911. The woman was named Belle Walker. She was an African American woman who was found with her throat sliced just 25 yards from her home. Then on June 15th, the body of another African American woman, Eddie Watts, was found in the exact same situation as Belle Walker's. By the end of 1911, another 13 African American or dark-skinned women was found with the throat sliced. Although 6 different suspects were questioned, in correlation with the murders, no one was ever convicted. Number 2. The original Night Stalker. The original Night Stalker was active in the late 1970s and the early 1980s in Costa County. His first victims to ever been reported was Dr. Robert Offerman and his girlfriend Deborah Alexandra Manning. The couple was shot and killed in their home on December 30, 1979. During the next 7 years, the original Night Stalker took 7 more victims, all by breaking into their homes where he would kill them. Around the same time as the original Nightwalker killings were going on, San Francisco was being terrorized by the East Area rapist. This man would break into their homes of women and then rape them. He managed to do this 50 times. In 2001, investigators made a discovery using DNA testing. They discovered that the original Night Stalker and the East Area rapist were in fact the same person. The crimes eventually stopped in 1986, leaving many to believe that he either died or moved away. Number 1. The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is arguably the most infamous unidentified serial killer of all time. He was active in Northern California in the late 1960s and early 1970s. The Zodiac Killer claimed to have murdered 37 people. Investigators have only been able to link to 5 deaths and 2 injuries. The Zodiac Killer's first known victims were Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday. They were found dead on December 20th, 1968. Numerous people were even suspected to be the Zodiac Killer, but nothing ever came out of it. A few people had even confessed to the crimes, while other children had came forward claiming that their father or stepfather was the real Zodiac Killer. However, none of these claims came even close to match the evidence to back them up, meaning that the Zodiac Killer was yet to be identified.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you want to see in the next video.
The top 5.